Live look here in Nashville, Tennessee, courtesy of EarthCam. A beautiful, gorgeous shot there in Music City. In Tennessee, though, the state's ban on gender-altering procedures for transgender youth can go into effect, at least for now.
This after a federal appeals court temporarily reversed a lower court ruling over the weekend. With us now, Jonathan Skrmetti, Tennessee Attorney General. AG, welcome back to National Report. You know, we've been waiting to see what might happen with this law, ultimately how. Now, the ban in place. Talk to me about whether or not the federal appeals court got this right.
We're the first state to win. This has gone to federal court in multiple states. And in previous cases, the courts have found that there was a constitutional right for children to receive these treatments. Tennessee's legislature was very concerned about these issues. And if you look across the Atlantic, in Europe, country after country after country is saying that the evidence just doesn't support these irreversible treatments for kids, that the benefits do not outweigh the risks. And so we're in good company. And the court is allowing Tennessee to make those medical judgments to protect children until the evidence is established.
But there will be a full appeals review. Is that correct? Is there any chance that this would be overturned?
It's very early in the case. What we went up to the Sixth Circuit on was to stay the preliminary injunction, which means there's still further litigation on the preliminary injunction and then the merits of the full case itself to go.
And again, in case you haven't been following along with what's happening in Tennessee, I know every state approaches this differently. This law in particular bans healthcare providers in the state from offering those hormone treatments or surgeries for transgender youth, where the purpose is to allow the child to express a gender identity. This is citing the lawsuit here, quote, inconsistent with the with the minor's sex or treating purported discomfort or distress from a discordance between the minor's sex and asserted identity. So again, essentially just putting a pause on this rush to go through these procedures, which in some cases at least cannot be reversed. Talk to me about the response you've heard from folks in Tennessee about why this is necessary now.
There are a lot of people who are concerned that the numbers have just flown up, that this is being overdiagnosed, that people with other mental health issues are being funneled into a gender dysphoria treatment regime. And because these are kids, they don't fully comprehend the potential consequences. They could lose all ability to procreate, to have kids of their own someday. They could lose the ability to enjoy sex. So these are lifelong potential consequences. And unless there's a really good medical reason for it, it's easy to say that kids should not be making those decisions. And as I said, this is consistent with a lot of other countries that are approaching it from a very different perspective. These are not conservative countries, but they're countries that, like Tennessee, are concerned about the long-term health of their kids.
Do you believe that, and I'm going out of the purview of the law here with you, AG, but you brought this up. Do you believe that gender dysphoria is not being focused on in healthcare as much as these gender-altering procedures in terms of what is being offered, what is available to these minors?
Well, I mean, gender dysphoria has been around for a long time, but it's always been an incredibly small number of people who have dealt with it. And in the recent past, we've seen the number of people being treated for it radically increase. And so there's a concern there. You know, the studies before things got politicized showed that a lot of kids would outgrow their gender confusion feelings through puberty. And the kids that are dealing with this are having a hard time. The idea is not to persecute them. It's to protect them from making an irreversible decision that's going to hurt them a lot more than it's going to help them.
All right, that is AG Jonathan Skrmetti joining us live on that. We appreciate that there in Tennessee, keeping us updated with the very latest. Thank you, AG.
Thank you.